Hi, everybody. I'm going to look at the energies for the week of November 29th to December 6th. And I'm going to do an Astro Tarot study. And we're going to look and see. Well, we're mostly going to look and check out that eclipse because that eclipse is going to be interesting. It's on the 3rd, which is Friday. But we're going to go ahead. I'll do another report actually closer to the eclipse to see what's developing as this eclipse is progressing in energy as we go day by day. But let's go ahead and look at today anyway. We do have a T square in Libra, Capricorn, Aries, a cardinal T square, interesting, involving Chiron, that's in Aries right now, and the moon that is currently in the sign of Libra. And we have Juno in Capricorn at 5 degrees. So I would say there is an emotion. Look at that. That's so the moon and Chiron are all about the when I look at someone's chart, I can tell what kind of wounding they've experienced by looking at their moon, by where their moon is and what kind of aspects are angling on the moon. And Chiron is another thing to look at where our wounding is. It tells a lot about the kind of wounding you brought in with you in this life, or if you don't believe in past life, that you've experienced in early life, that you're here to sort of transmute. And then Juno is the energy of love, divine mates. And this, some people, I actually am getting a lot of card reads around love and romance around this eclipse, which I felt like this eclipse is almost just purely around love. And it has a lot to do with the fact that Venus is in the sign of Capricorn at 19 degrees, seeking, which is the Venus energy, is seeking stability and discipline and structure and long-term choices. So perhaps this T square is about clearing out some more. There might be a triggering. We'll see what the cards come out and say. But this T square is indicating a little more purging and a little more clearing of clarity around wounding connected to divine love, and whatever sensitivities we have, we need to sort of, because the moon is in Libra, so we're going to balance out of sort of oversensitivity about some sort of issue. Juno and Capricorn, we're ready to stabilize. Plus we have Venus in Capricorn, and Chiron is Aries, which is sort of a reactive energy. So I would say on the whole, everyone is learning to sort of balance out of a reactive energy around triggers in love, which is going to really help. So everybody might be a little tested. Not that the universe threw a trigger, in other words, not that the universe wants us triggered. However, if those energies are still unpurged within us during those sorts of transits, it's happening so it can trigger us, so we can see how we can transform that reactive state. It's giving us a chance to do it right, so we then master it. Sun is in Sagittarius, very, very, very fiery energy, passion energy. People are inspired, I would say, right now. Moon in Libra, in a kind of a calm day, kind of peaceful energy. Mercury in Sagittarius, people's minds are probably racing with ideas. We do have the South Node in the 1 degree of Sagittarius. So we're really releasing, in a way, immature belief systems of the old in this eclipse, because this eclipse is happening at 12 degrees Sagittarius on the 3rd. And I just want to look at some of these aspects. So we're really looking at releasing old rigid beliefs that are the old way. And Sagittarius is about government. Sagittarius is about law. I mean, sorry, not government, but law and justice, and that which is good for the people. It's benefic. It's Jupiter, and it's about progression and expansion for the good of the people, because it's in the sign. Jupiter's in the sign of Aquarius, which is about everybody, the mass, the collective, seeking freedom and independence of expression and financial liberation. We're entering the age of Aquarius. So we have both these major planets in Aquarius. We're sort of stabilizing the new changes that are evolving, and we're sort of a step forward in the progress of shifting our destiny towards a more liberated, independent, financially liberated place. Wherever, because Uranus is in the sign of Taurus right now. Where's that? Where is Uranus? Where's Taurus here? Where is Taurus? Why am I? There it is. So Uranus, kind of near the North Node, by the way, the North Node is moving into Taurus, which is going to help us take on new, more healthy, grounded, free, liberated, but see, because Uranus is there, so it's liberating us financially. Taurus is finances, the North Node coming into Taurus. So we're now going to have a real focus in grounding and stabilizing and becoming more traditional and stable. With Venus in Capricorn, we're stabilizing relationships so that we can make financial progress, so we can stabilize our lives. North Node coming in there. See, when North Node was in Gemini, we were focused on information, knowledge, learning. I know I've been focused on a lot of learning astrology and all that sort of thing, studying. And now we're going to ground that knowledge into Earth. We're going to take practical steps and measures to become more structured in that which we learned in the last 2.5-year period when the North Node was in Gemini. So what else can we look at here? I'll just look at any. We have Mars trining Neptune. That is really nice. And Mars trining Chiron. So I think that this triggering and this T-square is really going to help us adapt and change. And Mars trining, because we're going to have to, these are the cardinals are your major shifts and changes. So that we're looking at seasonal types of shifts and changes, like sudden changes and choices being made. But Mars is trining Neptune, which is such a nice energy, which is Mars is ready to align with the ethereal and bless these. This is a union of blessed, because Neptune is a higher octane of Venus. So Mars is in Scorpio still. Oh no, yeah, Mars is in Scorpio, which is happy. I mean, Mars is in his rulership in Scorpio. So this is, and Neptune is in its rulership in Pisces. So we're getting a very blessed, harmonic willingness of the Mars ego energy to shift and to support and bless the ethereal, the feminine, the receptive, the love, the beauty, the divine, the higher dimensions. And then we have Mercury trining Chiron, which is communication that heals. So at the same time, we're having this dialogue, healing, blessing, the wounding. So it's like information that no longer triggers, as well, as though we have these other triggering things possibly going on. But then afterwards, I would say the information then heals on some level a wounding. Sometimes the triggering is what helps us heal. And if you don't need to be triggered, if you've already done the work for this chapter of these transits, you will experience the Mars trine Neptune. But if you've done some spiritual bypassing, which is very easy to do, I've done it, you're going to get triggered to get to this place so you can enjoy the Mars trine Neptune. I'm sorry, the Mercury trining Chiron, which is seeing information that eases the struggle that you've been going through in clearing wherever Chiron is clearing your wounding. So Venus is also sextiling Neptune. Wow. So that's up. And then Venus is sextiling Mars, and Saturn is sextiling Saturn, and the Sun is sextiling the Moon, and Sun is trining Chiron, because we have the Sun and Mercury conjunct right now. Don't forget, that should say here somewhere, Sun Mercury conjunction. So that's something to talk about too. So the Sun is definitely blending. I would say people are feeling very confident to speak up right now and talk out and speak truths. And I am seeing that around me. And don't forget Mercury trining Chiron. We are looking at truths, deep, heroic truths, people being heroic. And so we have the Sun conjuncting Mercury, which is emboldening. There's energy going towards communication right now. Communication is important. And the energy of, and don't forget, Mercury is in Sagittarius, which is about beliefs, justice. So the Sun is giving confidence to communicate justice and truths. And its Sun is trining the Chiron. In other words, the wounding that we've experienced through the non-just, the Sun is supporting. In that communication, there's healing of the wounding. We're seeing truths and we're communicating our truths, and in that we're healing the pain of hiding the truth. And then we have the Moon trining Saturn, which is like, there's so much blessings in these energies. It's so beautiful because we're really emotionally stabilizing and feeling confident enough to speak our truths, and we're feeling emotionally strong enough to stand forward, because the moon is the emotion and the mother and the feminine, and it's trining Saturn. So it's like the way to go forward in all of this is to be heart space and emotional rather than combative, because these are not, it's interesting because even though we have oppression experiences going on in society, the resistance is emotional, which then makes it hard for Saturn to be oppressive. So in other words, the response is going to be very soft but victorious to, in other words, the truth will be spoken without violence, but in peace and in flow and in harmony and in beauty and in spirituality, with an essence of the higher realms, a belief in the presence of spirit or the other dimensions or universal, the Jupiterian cause, which is enlightening humanity and making the world better for humanity. So that would, don't forget, we have the square Uranus going on, Saturn square Uranus. So again, this is all the, shall we say, the protests that you're seeing around the world and the resistance and the pushback. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see if Saturn pushes back against the people, if the government and the restrictions go tighter, or whether this dynamic, this sort of flow and supportive confidence of the energy can ease this square, because this is the third time around. And usually because this has happened already twice this year, and usually the third time around, there's some sort of resolve of this transit. There's a resolution. We've all learned from it. And so the benefits of it are now being experienced, the benefits of that lesson. So I'd be curious to see how Saturn and Uranus plays out, whether there's more restriction here in the government, or whether the people, through a soft, calm, truth speaking with faith, are able to diffuse it through softness in a way. But I do want to look at the week. So, I was going to pull cards. Let's pull some cards here really quickly. I don't know how long I was trying to keep these short, because I know kind of like the idea of having quick reports on the fly, but hopefully something from this report brings you clarity and faith. And I picked the Judgment card, which is exactly that, clarity. The Judgment card really is this eclipse is about awakening, seeing a higher belief, seeing a higher truth, people speaking the truth, and then collectively becoming aware of what the new truth is. And on a personal level too, in your own personal life, you're going to become releasing an old restrictive, old sort of locked in belief system to a much more higher frequency, higher in faith, expansive, new enlightened view that's going to emancipate you and make you much happier in your personal life. You're going to expand your life where you've been rigid thinking. Because I get the Judgment card, which is like coming out of the confines of some belief system that were, and then we get the Empress card. So there's that healing energy, the Chiron, and in a way, this is a very healing energy because the Sagittarius eclipse is releasing these old beliefs that were harming us, dropping our frequencies, restricting us. Sagittarius is always needing to expand. Philosophy and belief systems and spiritualism is always in a state of flux and expansion, because as we change as a society, the expression of spiritualism has to evolve along with it in its natural state that the energies are evolving. And we do get the Page of Cups and we get the Magician. That is exactly what I'm talking about. We're getting people coming forward in your personal life and in the world, having the power to speak your truth because you have faith that you're in alignment with a higher force and that you're protected and that the universe is supporting the truth. It always will. Sagittarius, that's what Sagittarius is about. It's the higher truth will prevail. All right. I hope this message was helpful and clarifying for you. Do feel free to leave a message or ask a question. And if you would like a personal read where I do Zoom studies of your chart with cards, we can look at your transits. I pull solar return charts and progress charts. And synastry on relationships. I specialize in love and relationship, tarot readings and synastry charts. So do hit me up, Madeleine Parker 1111 at gmail.com. Thank you for watching. Namaste.